Round 2. Okay. I don't know. I think all of us are going to have to be bloody sane for November. For those of you that don't know, I'm Yildiz from Yildiz Readings 5Day. I'm a psychic medium as well as a Mercury lover, not. And Andrew, a big shout out to Andrew. Because he made a comment in the community tab, in one of the videos that I did yesterday, and he was saying, "Oh, Yildiz, I don't like Mercury retrograde." And it isn't just the Mercury aspects that are going on. Obviously, the Schumann effect is actually increasing. A lot of us are getting very frustrated. And I just conversed with Giggle, and I've taken the cards away and I'm starting again. And I feel I'm drawn to actually pull per zodiac sign in the water elements. I'm going to pull in your romance house 4 additional cards, and that's going to be connected to, if you're dealing with a water sign, what the foundation is, if you're dealing with a fire sign, because I'm telling you there's some foundational related dynamics. And I'm going to also do an extra bonus read for Librans, because I'm telling you, Librans are going through it. So those of you that are Libra, I will do an extra Libran video because the energy has shifted. And I'm feeling very drawn to do, I usually do the 12 zodiac signs, but this year has been diabolical. By 2020, hopefully I can get the November ones done. But I am going to do a mid-month update for all the zodiac signs per element, as a gift and a push forward, and then start working on the December reads and then the January as well. I'll still be doing the moon energy. For those of you that celebrate Halloween, enjoy Halloween. Now let's check the energy for Cancer. Back to the square board, guys. We'll see what's coming through as a crowning energy for Cancer. Now, in the last video, I'll end up closing it. The energy that was coming through was the energy of being undecided about something, definitely external conflict, definitely an energy of a family-related dynamic coming up, and some sense of conflict going on there. Now, another thing that was coming through is its perspective and perception and a pain body experience. And I'm going to pull a chakra card on that, because I do feel spiritually the blockage there for Cancer is potentially guilt connected to something. And it may also be a lack of a better word, a solution, like that it feels like they may be out of solutions, and potentially not knowing what to do in a given situation. Thank you for those of you who have come back. Again, apologies for the lateness. But there is a build-up of frustration in this energy. Okay, so your crowning energy you've got coming through, and this is very much in an expansion sense, because we do have Sagittarius on the card. Look at that in the background. Okay, thanks for your donation, Belle. Now, this energy is to do with your expansion in the area. So you're wanting something to grow. You're wanting something to reach its infinite potential. You're wanting to reach for the stars. You're also wanting to break that glass ceiling, but you somehow are feeling at all times, you're reaching a point and you're getting quite stuck in, and you're thinking, we say, and I mentioned this morning, rejection is God's protection or universe's protection, but it's like you're semi-questioning that now. You're questioning this energy that you're reaching this pivotal point. Now, this point you're reaching, it almost feels like you're trying to key point what the lesson is. You're looking at it from different angles. You're also looking at it from the point of view of, okay, what am I supposed to learn in this dynamic? What have I not done? Why am I backtracking over old ground again? I'm trying to do things, and my intent always is to reach this, ascended state. Why then am I feeling that the doors are closing? Now, this could potentially be this. Okay, I'll take them. This could be an energy where you're dealing with things and you're regressing over old ground. Now, in the initial stages, in the initial read, there were 3 areas. Now, again, as you're crowning energy, it's increased. It's like you're really wanting to branch out. You're really wanting to get to a point where you want to reach the pinnacle of your potentiality, but life, and it could be 8 individuals, are hindering you. Now, it also could be that there are 8 areas that you're wanting to go in, and this also could be with spiritual connection being the number 8 card. Now, the two chakra cards that fell out, and this was really what I was picking, and this has been coming up for a lot of us. Now, the yellow chakra is your solar plexus, and this card's in reverse for you. And it is your Mars energy. It is the energy of what you're wanting to fight for. It's connected to your anger, your joy, your self-belief, ego, empowerment, and ambition. So again, it can be with your work. It's just in general with everything. It's your crowning energy. Now, this card is connected to self-esteem in reverse, and some of the pain body experiences in the past may have hindered you that much that it's made you question yourself. So again, it can be the pain that you're feeling in somehow you're not wanting to admit that something's not working or something doesn't fit or you don't like something, but it's bringing trigger points up for you. And I'll pull clarifiers for this. So you've got self-esteem in reverse, Cancer. You've also got crown chakra, and this is where I'm saying to you, your perception. Now, with the crown chakra, you know, being able to get the downloads, being able to have the foresight, trusting your intuition. Again, it does come from your lower chakras. There is a situation going on that you're unsure, you really don't know how to look at this. You really do feel you're at a loss for solutions in the situation. Now, I have mentioned that with this transit, obviously with Scorpion energy coming through, you're going to have some clarity. So even if you feel you're not getting the downloads, it might be you're not listening to what universe is telling you. You're not wanting to accept what universe is telling you. And I have mentioned this a lot of times, that sometimes, you know, we have manifested, right? And you've got the Eight of Wands. So with the Eight of Wands, you want the courage to move forward. You want the movement. You want to reach the pinnacle of this growth in your life. So you've got the tools in your hand. You're able to do this, but it's the guilt connected to that and the self-esteem connected to that, that you feel somehow with these doors closing. Yes, I am. I restarted it. Somehow, you know, with you moving in areas, you feel there's going to be conflict. So it is almost like giving your power away, but you're not feeling abundant in this area. Again, it's the requirement to actually invest inside yourself, to actually transmute that pain body experience. You know, have the courage to dig deep and look at what's going on, and have the courage to rebuild that connection to your intuition. The connection to source and the peace that you'll find within yourself is the actual abundance, and then everything else that you're wanting to manifest will flow. You have manifested it, but sometimes this can take you through a pain body experience in order to receive it first. So our ego, when we're meditating on it, we're like, okay, I wanted something to come to the forefront in my life. Why is that not looking the way I had manifested it, intended it, the work I've put into it? So why is it not looking like I'm seeing it on the 3D? 9 times out of 10, again, and I think it's a third eye blockage, and I'm going to pull another chakra card. When this happens, tower moments can occur to take us on the path. So if we're giving our power away with the lower chakras, especially if we're triggered and we have a pain body experience there, the energy then gets to a point where it takes the power out of our hands and makes the decision for us. So it's sometimes, even if you have manifested it, it's not going to look pretty before it's glossy. Okay, do you get what I'm saying? But we think that because a tower moment's occurring, that everything's turning to rubble. But if it, you know, sometimes it was built on a faulty foundation in the first place. Okay, now again, the lower chakras, it's affecting your desire, your fears, your passion, your creativity. So again, this can be a family-related dynamic and a work-related dynamic, something in a sense that isn't working, and you're trying to find this healthy balance, but it's impacting you spiritually and it's bringing trigger points up for you, okay? But you are tempted to do something, but you're wondering what that outcome is going to be. I'll pull a clarifier on both the chakra cards that I've got. Okay, what do we need to know about sacral chakra temptation in reverse? No. Okay, some of you, this can be you utilizing your masculine frequency. Others of you, it's about the energy of you being a lord, the energy of you being, you know, a king or a queen in your own life. And it also is to do with looking at things not from the past. And again, when I see the child card in reverse, there's two messages coming through. This can be to do with a childhood dynamic, your inner child, because with those lower chakras, it is about inner child. But at the same time, it is also to do with, it can be guilt that is blocking those chakras. But another thing I'm getting is to look at it from a mature approach, to let that evolution and transformation change. Now, I'm going to start pulling cards for your finances, your work, your finances, and your family. And we'll see how these directly link in with crowning energies. Okay, what's going on with work? What's going on with finances? I do feel there's a major decision to be made at hand, but you're feeling very stuck. Okay, you got the Seven of Cups in reverse. Again, the similar energy came through in the previous read I started before YouTube and Mercury decided to kick us off. You're trying to be very realistic. You're looking at it and you're making healthy decisions. You're also looking at the bigger picture, the future tense goals of how work fits into your life with everything else going on around it. You're also trying to do all you can at a financial level to make sure that you're on an even keel for your future progress and your growth. You have major plans. Now, with your finances, you do know how this is going to go, except that there could potentially be you've been here before, you know, you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly in your financial life. And again, I do feel that you're really looking over fine print. You're really, you're handling two direct situations. But you really do know how this is going to go. So it's like, and I'm going to pull another clarifier on that because I'm hearing you can't pull the wool over your eyes with financial situation, with an obligation-related dynamic. Okay, now what is this about your career? Why are you aware? Spiritually speaking, I do feel you are quite fulfilled. Okay? I do feel you're quite fulfilled. But at the same time, you feel that things aren't coming together and you're confused by that. So again, I do feel it's almost like those moments in life where you know, you're going down one road and you're trying to proceed forward and the door closes and then you stop and then it happens again and again and again. But something in your life has turned out right, but then you're looking at other things and thought this was part of the solution, but there's other dramas going on that it still feels it's directly impacting it. And you're quite confused as to the reasons why. Now, financially speaking, this area where you know how something's going to go, you are prepared for a misfortunate situation coming forward. You're preparing yourself for something. And again, you do feel something isn't quite coming together the way you had planned, but you intuitively know that something's going to pop up. So you're prepared for it. Now, in your family domain, there is a stagnation area. So you do know that something in that domain, this can be connected to your tribe, the people you're mixing with, your family, your children, your mother, your father. Now, there feels like there is stagnation in this area. And again, I do feel, especially when we get an energy like this coming up in the family domain, and the fact that you have solar plexus and sacral chakra coming up, it is to do with inner child work and demons with childhood and or potentially with children. So this stagnation is something that is hindering you. And again, you've got a lot of eights here. You're meant to grow. You're meant for this growth here. You've got 3 8s on the table. This could do, no, I'm not feeling August. I really do feel this is about growth. I feel this is about, especially the strength to move forward, because, you know, around August we have the Lionsgate portal, but I feel it's very relevant to potentially even from August you would want to move forward. I don't feel it's even looking at the future tense scenario. I feel it's been an ongoing dynamic that's been going on, and you're looking at it and you're wondering, you know, where you can actually And I do feel there's an enemy here. Now, you've got a friend, and this is in reverse. So connected to the stagnation and the family-related dynamic, there is an enemy at hand here. So it's causing some sense of conflict. What is the outcome of that? You're trying to find a way to make it work. Now, something in your employment could come up, or it could be to do with your work. I do feel some of you, this is past life related, but again, you're looking at the situation if it can work and you're reflecting out. But I do feel with this card with the Merchant on it, this can be an energy where you're looking to the goal in mind, but also of how, you know, it's close, but you're doing the work on it, but you're then weighing up the pros and cons of the weight of it. You know, how do I get from here to there? And what will I need to do to remove the stagnation? So I feel it's almost like a hermit energy coming through prior to you proceeding forward, because you want to find a solution before, you know, any drama occurs. Now, what's hidden from you? What's going to come to the forefront through this transit is going to be stress. You're going to key point, and it's interesting because this is the World and it's in reverse. So something hasn't ended a cycle yet. There's something in the recipe mix of your life that is cycling out. Now, I'm going to pull clarifiers to do with whether this is you related or an external situation. Okay, on your side of the fence, what is this energy? On an external side of the fence, what is this? I still feel it's very emotional. You know, connected to you, it's conversations in reverse. So it may be connected to somebody you're not talking to. It can also be something you haven't said about how you're directly feeling about a situation. And I do feel quite stuck energy, almost like your hands are being bound. Now, connected to an external scenario, this could be a person, place, or thing. It's joyfulness in reverse. This situation is not making you happy. It's not ended in a sense, but this stress is causing aggressive energy to come up potentially in this transit in November. Let's have a look at romance for Cancer. And we will pull per element as well for this. Okay. Crowning energy for love for Cancer. Okay. The heart of it. Okay. Bear with me. Now, if you're dealing with an earth sign, interesting energy, air sign. Water. Now, take this where you will. This can also be the crowning energy you have in your romance house, Cancer, is the Knight of Cups. Okay, you're feeling very playful, but you're feeling quite sensitive. You're in your emotions. Now, being that, you know, we're in Scorpionic season, it's natural that that's going to come. So you're trying to be playful. You can feel the frequency. It can directly be affecting you. At the heart of it, you're feeling, again, like you're going through a pain body experience. It could be lack mentality. You're feeling stuck. You could also be overdoing things, you know, and it can be causing interruptions. I'm also feeling, you know, run down from the scenario, really needing to recoup, really needing to anchor your energy in and have some time. This could be potentially, if you're in a partnership, getting to a point where you're having quality time together. At the same time, it does feel a little bit of integration and time into yourself where you can get grounded. Now, the foundation of this, again, this is to do with something that requires to be changed. So it is causing upheaval. It's causing, you know, you're moving a lot of things around in your life. So it is causing agitation. It's causing anxiety. But at the same time, it's for the bigger picture for 2020. But it is causing you to feel quite run down. So, you know, be it you're in communication or you're in a connection, it's the same direct frequency. How you relate to it, I would really highly suggest that you get as grounded as possible. But this is how you're feeling. Now, if you're directly an earth sign dealing with a Cancer, you do want justice in this situation. You want this to be balanced out. You would like a judgment of fairness to come through in this dynamic. If you're a Cancer dealing with an air sign, you know, you're feeling stuck, but the reality is you're not. There is a way through this. So it's finding that and understanding, and that's either side of the fence. There is a solution to this. It's realizing the dynamic, dealing with it, digging in, and getting to a point where you find the solution for it. You're both not stuck. With a fire sign, you have the Seven of Swords. Now, this could be communication. This could also be taking it to the next level. It could also be a dream state where you're having this communication, but I do feel as though there is an energy where some situations might be out of control, but something is reaching an end cycle, and it is where an ending and a new beginning is coming. Now, for those of you dealing with a water sign on a water sign, which is the Cancer with a water sign, there is discord and something is out of sync, so it directly needs to be addressed. It's not saying it doesn't have a solution, and each one of these zodiac signs coming through and elements do have solutions. It's about how to directly look at it, and I feel especially for those of you that are the Cancer, if you can get your lower chakras grounded, you know, try and get grounded to a point you can meditate and have the open communication or dig deep. It's going to balance out to a point where it's actually showing you situations. But at the moment, it may be that you don't want to see some of these scenarios, but they're coming up hard and sharp. Let's move on to Scorpio. Crowning energy for Scorpio. What is the crowning energy for Scorpio? Their work domain. Their money. Family, the unseen. Okay, your crowning energy is the Strength card in reverse. You know how this is going to go, but I do feel it's a strict energy, okay? I feel like you could be taking a critical eye onto situations. You intuitively know. You're being strong. You're being firm. You're cutting through the BS. You're like, this is how it's going to be. Listen, Linda, this is how it's going to be. You know how this goes. I'm going to pull a chakra card on that. Let's see what subject matter this is. And I feel this is in general. Whoa. Did you see that? Scorpios. Yes. Okay. You are changing everything about your life. You're like, no ifs and buts about it. You want it all. You want your possessions. You want your foundation. What you see is what you see. And you're seeing quite a bit. And this is connected to your connections, your love, your romance, your work-related dynamics. You're assessing with a fine-tooth comb every area of your life. Now, it does make sense because the moon energy definitely is connected to our psyche. With Scorpio being your first house, everything about you is changing. So the way in which you feel about scenarios is changing. Obviously, if this is your Venus house, when it comes to how your employment impacts you, your home life impacts you, your time for meditation, all of these subject matters are coming up for balance. They're all upright, which is really positive, but it is sort of saying that it's like you know what you want and you want it now. Now, in your work-related domain, again, there could be some clashes. Now, this could be directly in the environment where people are very much in their ego, getting triggered with the energy, but you can see it for what it is. So providing you stay grounded, you'll cope with it. Again, it can be very strict energy. Spiritually speaking, you want your finance to be in balance, okay? You also you are very self-aware, and I do feel this energy really, I don't feel it's going to come right away. And generally, I feel the energy of Scorpio being very confident, but I do feel you taking on a different kind of vibration. It is very fly-on-the-wall vibration. It's not cutting unless necessary, but I'm feeling as though because you're doing that, you're operating quite differently. You're actually seeing a lot of scenarios play out. I also feel some of you may not want to work at your place of work anymore. Some of you who have been on the fence, it's like you're seeing individuals for who they really are right now. Now, you may choose to remove yourself and go to a different location, or you physically are just changing the way in which you're operating in your work-related dynamic. You know, and I did mention this spiritually. You find you go into hermit mode at some stage when you're going through an awakening. You upgrade your energy, and it's like you're in hermit mode. But after you're reintegrated into that, so you can cope with different vibrations, you can still exist at a lower frequency dynamic with others around you, but you will trigger other people to upgrade, even by not directly relating or getting triggered by it or communicating back. You're not entering into that as a negotiation, so it's actually cutting it down and transforming it. I do feel there's a potential for some of you going into management, but I do feel you're just wanting to move up from here. You're wanting to rise above situations and move away from toxic related dynamics. Now, some of you, again, your finances may increase. Some of you, there may be an energy of jealousy around you. Also, you might be reflecting back on your financial domain and thinking, hey, you know, I want to have more. What am I going to need to do about this? And it can be where people have taken from you and the give and take has not been in balance. I do feel you're taking a critical eye onto your finances, and you're going to get to a point where you're going to manifest those balances back on in your life. But I don't feel you're waiting for another individual to help you with this. I feel you're directly taking the bull by the horns. With your family, you're not wanting to jump in the hot pot with situations. And again, your connections, you're being very selective about your connections. You're very protective of your tribe. This is a situation that has been going on for a long time. Also, I do feel some of you, romantically speaking, due to a family-related dynamic, might not be committed to entering into disagreements with them. So you're just not playing, okay? It feels like, how do I put it? There could be a conflict. If your mother and father are having dynamics going on, they may not be together anymore. There could be something to that degree going on, and you don't want to be picky in the middle. But at the same time, if there's conflict in general with tribe mentality, I do really feel you're just trying to keep out of it. Also, they may have a big opinion about who you should be with, and this is causing conflict because you don't want anything of it. You want to use your own mind. Now, what you're not seeing, two cards fell out. You have the Ace of Cups in reverse. You know, you're not seeing it, but there is a person. This could be in many senses. There is a person around you that is not feeling happy. Now, if you're tuning into a romantic interest, something's hidden. The reasons why either you or them are not feeling that, it's actually going to come to the forefront. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you're going to find what it is. It's going to come up in a pain body experience. There's also some jealousy around you, so really use the gin removal. And I've been saying this to giggle for a while. There is jealousy around you. But you also, it's like this, there also could be an energy of a person that is quite up and down with their energy, and you're going to dig to the root cause of it. This can also be affecting your environment. It could be a child, it could be a family member, but again, it's this energy, I feel you've become quite tired of. You've got, and I don't like to use tags, okay? It feels like manic energy. It's like hot, cold, yes, no, happy, sad. It's very manic energy around you, and it's directly affecting your environment, and you want it to stop. You've really got quite frustrated by it. Let's tune into your romance house, Scorpio. You're like, yeah, I feel that's heavy. I feel you. Romance, Scorpio. Okay, Earth dealing with Scorpio. Air. Water. Okay, so you're creating energy. Oh, God, fights are coming up quite a bit lately. Okay, you're ready for a fresh start. This can potentially be with the Libra, right? This can be with the Libra energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus house. At the same time, Yeah, I've got the elements down here, so we'll get into that. But this is the overall crowning energy for your romance house, Scorpio. Okay, you're ready for a fresh start. I want to push that, not the replay button, because you don't want the old scenarios playing out. You want a restart button. You know, restart, reboot that computer. You're ready to do that. You're harsh about it. You're like, look at the heart of it. I'm going to be strict. I have to be cruel to be kind. And it doesn't have to be you're aggressive. You're cutting out what isn't working. And that can be, it's energies around you. You're like, no, I'm firm. I know what I want and I'm going to get it. And I will do the work to get it, providing other people are doing the work to get it. The foundation of it is the Emperor. You're like, this is what I'm wanting. Someone who is family orientated, somebody who wants to nurture, somebody who is willing to look at, you know, their foundation. It's also, it could be some of you are actually wanting a happy family environment. You're wanting to grow something. You're wanting to build something. There also could be an energy around a child connected to this for some of you. But it's planting that seed and letting it grow. You're willing to do that, but only with the right Emperor or Empress. Now, if you are a Scorpio dealing with an earth sign, you have the Three of Cups. Now, this is to do with the celebration. You want that happy ending. You want that celebration. Some of you, there may be a party coming up. Others of you, it feels in general, you want this happy ending. There also could be a time frame where, or an energy, and I'm going to pull a clarifier on that, where this person is actually having a bit too much fun. And you're like, you need to settle down. But, yeah, it can be immature energy. So you might be assessing it and looking at it, and it's like, yes, okay, let's let our hair down. But they could be coming across as quite playful. There could also be this energy of ready to celebrate. There could also be some very good news coming on their side of the fence. Again, providing they're coming through to you in a particular way. I just feel there's this fence. It's like, look, you want to apply, and it's even if you're in a connection, you want to apply, there is a criteria. So providing that we are at that understanding, even if you're not saying anything, you're intuitively thinking it, you're manifesting this energy in. If you're getting tired, it is because your crown chakra is really activated. And I do feel you having out-of-body experiences. It's like very surreal. You might be feeling the tingle on your skin. You're really having an upgrade. Now, if you're dealing with an air sign, with a Scorpio, they are very connected to you. They know you very well, okay? They know you very well. They also feel that either you or them is very spiritual, that you are very intuitive, and they feel nervous because you know them a bit too well. You see through them. They also see what needs to be fixed, okay? So they're ready. They know this healing's going on. They intuitively know what's happening. They may actually be Reiki specialists or someone working in the health field, because they could be healing both at a physical and a spiritual level. There is something going on here with both of you that is really upgrading this situation. But I feel they're just looking at you. I feel they're like, I know how this is going to go. It's going to be fine. You may have this very, very deep telepathic connection. Fire signs directly connected in with a Scorpio. Okay, they might not. You might be really holding your abundance back. This could be from you or them, okay? They might be being a little bit tight-pursed at the moment, not wanting to share. And again, I do feel this is a meditated energy. They also emotionally don't know what to say because you're being very strict with them, okay? So it's like, I can see this energy where they're crossing their arms. And it's through nervous energy because they know you see through the BS, and it's almost like going to the movies in the old days, and they're like, I've got 50 pence. Can you tag my ticket, please? I don't have the full cost. And I see the Scorpion standing there going, you don't have it all. You don't have it all. So it's like this strict criteria of letting this person in. So I'm going to pull a clarifier on that, see what they need to change. And Pisces energy is really interesting. Yeah, they're kind of sad about this because they know that something has to change. And they also know it's due to the sadness that was caused. There's some sense of sadness about this situation. And they're knowing that they have to think about this because they can't come this way, but they're quite scared you're going to hack them. Water signs dealing with a Scorpio. They're coming through meek. Now, this can be a very gentle energy coming through. They also see you as a very gentle person and a loving person. I think some of them might be underestimating you. They might be looking at you like, oh, it's okay, I can come to you. But ignorance is bliss until you're chopped, okay? So I feel if you're not taking any ifs and buts about it, I do feel even if they come to you ignorantly, and this could be vice versa, right? It might be A, that they're completely innocent and they're quite gentle people, but B, it could be they're looking at you this way, Scorpio, and the way you're coming through, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. And you've got fortune in reverse with this, so you're like, I'm not buying what you're selling. You need to have the full admission fee. That's what it feels. And I'm only laughing about this after because I have a Scorpion Venus house, Mum. I'm telling you, that is where I'm there. Pisces. Crowding energy for Pisces. Pisces, come on now. I knew it. Pisces, why are you so down? Why so down, Pisces? Your perspective on something is feeling like you're left out in the cold. Now, this could be to do with a person, a people, place, or thing. You're like, you ditched me. Where were you when I needed my back scratched? Where were you when I was broke? Where were you when I was rich? Where were you? Where were you? Where are you? Where are you? This is your energy coming through. And then it's like this person is projecting that at you. There's this confusion. There could be a bit of mirroring going on. And I do feel like if this is connected to a person, place, or thing, I hate using that analogy. You're looking at it and you're going, okay, maybe we're doing the same thing. Maybe we're seeing the same thing. Okay. I'm going to pull a chakra card on that because with that light coming through from the back, I'm seeing that as sun energy. And it might be a third eye energy. Oh, it's definitely love. Okay. This is to do with your passion in life, right? It's also to do with romance. You feel someone's wronged you. There is change coming here, though. Rest assured, with the 5, there's change. You're wanting some change. Okay, there is healing coming through. But at the same time, the way you're seeing it, you're regressing back and you're having some light bulb moments, but it is doing a heart chakra clearing for you. You're going to be good by January. I'm telling you, being that it's 5, even the heart chakra card breaks down to a 4, and this keeps coming through. 2020, things are going to get better, but you're not going to accept anything less. Now, in your employment, you got the 10 of coins. Okay. You know your worth, right? There could be a family-related dynamic coming up that you're directly working on, or you might be you've been working up and you're waiting for that pay rise, and you feel it's your right. You've busted your butt, okay? So you've waited and you're wanting that to happen. There also could be some, something that you're directly working on in relation to an asset or a family heirloom. Inheritance and dowries coming towards you. This could be coming up, but it could be like taking you away from work where you've got to focus on it. So, if you've been trying to apply for jobs and you've been quite stuck, it's like ending an old cycle first and the door is opening directly after that. So that could be a direct message for one person in particular, but it feels like there is a family-related dynamic and your birthright is to reach this point of financial abundance. Some of you are directly looking back on some things that you do have. And I'm also feeling there may be a piece of jewelry that you have that has significant value. And it might be that you need to have it actually valued and insured. Okay. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, but just something popping out in the card. You may have it under lock and key. There also could be 2 necklaces, even a necklace that might actually have a symbol on it. This could be your birth symbol or it could be an actual name. It's connected in that box, okay? So that could be a particular message for those of you who it applies. Now, financially, you're overwhelmed. You're like, look, there could be conflict over finances. Again, I am feeling this is connected for some of you, whoever this message is for. If there is a tying up of loose ends when it comes to selling a house, sharing assets, again, there could be conflict going on with that. There could be a mindset that's going on in the meditation in that area, and you're looking back at your finances in the past versus how to proceed forward. But there's, again, I do feel there's a lot of healing in this area, and it is about all the things you were due that you didn't get. So they're coming up, and they're coming up as a pain body experience, and they can be really frustrating you at the moment. But I am feeling it's good that these things are coming up. This could be memories, you know, and I think it's hindering your area of work and money. It might be blocking it, and I don't feel you're going to be unprotected. I feel it's more move through that frequency, because after the fact, I do feel abundance is coming, and I do feel a balance is coming. It's like ridding that out of your system. So the laws of attraction are going to help you attract better, even if you did lose a lot. You know, it's like you've lost it, but you haven't lost. Do you know what I mean? It's like you continue to lose spiritually. So until you can actually resolve that kind of sadness, which the Scorpion energy is bringing up, it's like it's purging out of you, but it's helping you through the third eye, tune into it. Once you've completed that and you've closed that chapter, you've literally closed that chapter, and you're manifesting a new beginning, and you really need to do the heart chakra work. And I do think it's the wounds coming up. And again, especially with Scorpio being in Mars, the higher heart is like, it's the Chiron energy, but the war energy of the higher heart is actually Mars energy. So you're battling with it. It's really coming up in upper heart chakra energy, where it's heavy on your chest, like, you know, suppressed energy. It's there, but it's good that it's here, because it means you're healing it. You're transmuting it to get to that point. Now, in your family, you could be concerned about someone. You could be feeling quite vulnerable towards these energies. You could be worried about your mother, your father, your children, your siblings. But there is thought going into this. There's thought going into the future of, you know, how your children will be, how you will be. Some of you might not be well. Now, it could be that you're concerned that that could occur. Because it doesn't feel terrible. It just feels, what if that happens to me? Is everything going to be okay? So it does feel quite a heavy energy. Try and tune into that. I'm really not feeling negative for you. I feel this is really going to be enlightening for you. Now, in your romance house, you're like thinking, am I going to be here in hermit mode forever? You know, am I going to be alone forever? If you're single, this could be something that's coming up in your mind. You also feel quite isolated at the moment, and you're really guided to, even if you're in a connection, actually get out, you know, not stay in hermit mode, especially when you've got these emotions coming up. You know, go out, go for a walk, do something that's going to shake your energy off. Go and meet with someone for a cup of tea or a coffee, you know, actually physically leave the home. Because I do feel this is going to actually impact your psyche, and really do, you know, if this is something that you've really been struggling with, communicate with somebody about it. And get yourself as grounded as possible. You know, go through this energy, but try and shake your energy off where you can actually bring different energy back into the household. And it can be a house clearing that you need to do, especially since, regardless if this is your romance house, is what's crowning you. So there could be this energy where you're feeling that you're dealing with quite a lot on your own, and it can really be frustrating you, be it that you're in the connection or you're not. Now, at the heart of it, you are having the strength to move forward, and you do have a strong heart. You wish you didn't, but you do. It's also about your health and your feelings. And again, it's funny that at the heart of it, a pain body experience is coming up of being left out in the cold, your higher heart. That's your crowning energy. And in the middle, it is to do with your health, right? And your strength. But again, the heart chakra, you know, clearing your heart and feeling that you're not having to carry everything all the time. You're not having to be, you know, the more we tune into isolation and fear, the more we actually directly attract it. If we keep on where the wound came from, all we need to do is make peace with it. But no, it doesn't define us. Everything around you is going to resolve. Now, I'm going to find out what the foundation of this is. It feels quite emotional. Okay, the foundation is you are going to have the sun energy coming through. You're going to have abundance. You're going to have all the things that you wished for, but try not to live permanently in the memory of the pain, okay, because you deserve more than that. You're more than the pain, and in order to manifest the better, it's really closing. It's like putting it in the coffin. Put it in the coffin. You need to write all your pain body experiences down. Burn that off the next moon phase, and do it whenever. You know, if there's things that come up and you can't speak directly to that person, and my daughter's gone through this herself, you know, with different ways, and I've gone through this myself. It's physically having to, you know, self-love is about you acknowledging it. Even if you tell somebody, they can't rip it out of you and take that pain away. But to actually acknowledge and, you know, hold yourself and say, hey, it's okay that you felt that way. It's okay that you felt really let down. And getting to the point where you make peace with it, and you know that won't happen again, because similar to Scorpio, you know, take a leaf out of Scorpio's books. They can't get the admission if they don't pay the ticket. So, you know, burn that. Write everything down how it made you feel. Sit with that energy and make peace with it, and burn it. And then get yourself a heart chakra stone. You know, you can get the pink quartz. You can get some black onyx. You can get some, definitely, you know, clear your lower chakras, because it is your power, right? So get your power back, where you transmute all your energy into creativity. It can be doing gardening, cooking. Giggle and I have been doing this. And the foundation of things, heal it. But it is actually, you do have that stability. You've got the power to do it, and you have the power right now. But at the same time, by healing your heart chakra, you can be in the most perfect connection, but it doesn't mean to say that pain's not still there, and it will directly affect your foundation of your connection if we can't somehow get that energy out. Now, let's have a look at, for those of you dealing with the Pisces that are earth signs. That was a mouthful. Pisces, let it out. My partner's probably thinking, what the hell are you talking about? Oh, God, I knew this would come up. Okay. If you're dealing with an earth sign, you have the Six of Swords in reverse. There is going to be a change of plans with this person, okay? There is a delay. There is help coming. There is something changing to actually help this situation. So, you know, rest assured this situation is going to change. Where's my clarifiers? There they are. What is the situation that's changing? Okay, this health of this connection with this person is going to change. But it also does come down to your pain body experience and you healing, okay? You're so close. Let it go. Let it go. If it means you need to go to counseling, go to counseling. If it means you need to talk to this person and speak your truth, speak your truth. But come from the heart chakra place. Talk from your perspective, not theirs, right? Now, if you're dealing with an air sign, you have the Two of Wands. This is where you need to have some negotiations. There is a partnership at hand. There is a partnership coming. There is planning involved in this scenario. And I do feel it could be that it's driving you batshit crazy. It's bringing up old energies. And you're needing to go, and I just feel looking at the foundation, make a plan and proceed forward. Now, this can be this direct sign coming towards you with the action plan, but it does feel making plans, and there is a partnership coming. So if you haven't actually heard from this person, this is the plan, okay? They do have the key to the situation, and they have chosen, and they're trying to create that foundation. Yeah, they do want to take this to the next level with you. They have faith in it. Now, if you're dealing with a fire sign, Pisces, there is sorrow and regret. And this is the thing I was looking at, because look how similar it is to your crowning energy. You guys have a lot in common. You've both been there, done that. And this is the interesting analogy I can give you to understand. Hurt people, right? This is for fire signs dealing with Pisces. Hurt people, hurt people. What if this person felt exactly the same as you, but they did that to you. It's because hurt people hurt people. But, you know, to break that cycle, we need to burn that paper and put it in the coffin. We can't recreate that. We can actually now look at that person and we can say, I've been where you've been. I forgive you because I didn't know what I was doing when I was doing those things. So if we don't know we're doing it, it's almost like we're not the perpetrator, right? Because we didn't actually know we were doing it. We were doing it out of fear. We were doing it out of previous experiences. But that's why they say an awakening and self-awareness is a burden, because now you know, you're looking back and you're going, I know better now, but I didn't back then. And this is where the healing is coming from. But to look at it from a different perspective is actually going to help you heal. Water signs dealing with Pisces. Okay, they're scared. Okay, they're scared. They're like, maybe you need some healing. Okay. Intuitively, especially if this is a spiritual connection, they will know you are emotionally not ready because the vibration will hit. If they're dealing with you, they will know. You guys are mirroring each other. So they're pausing. And I still don't feel they're going anywhere. I don't feel they're going anywhere. I just feel that they're looking at you. They feel you need a little bit of healing. Any questions? I made it through. I made it through. Any questions for those of you in the house? Thank you for your kind donation as well. I appreciate the donation I had earlier. It helps. I can't believe it's 1:30. Where's the day gone? Perth, WA. Any of you in Perth, WA, and those of you I've kept awake in America, deep apologies. Now, tonight I'm going to try and come back and finish the other. So go to sleep. I got through water signs. And yeah, tomorrow will be, oh look, I'm not going to say. I may be able to get back tonight. I did have an inquiry about, I need to get these videos done first, but I'm definitely going to do the Libra energy update. But I'm going to need to go. I'm glad the water signs are done. I will do an update if I have time. But feel free to book a reading if you want me to tune into your energy. Energies will shift. Now, the updates, when I come to you guys live for energy updates, that's when the energy shifted. So, you know, you look at these reads, the energy will shift. If you work through these energies, you can transmute and change these energies. You can change the outcome, and it's by you doing your upgrade work, applying the energy, making decisive decisions. You know, we can change things. We do have power. Yeah, when I'm saying tonight, I'm in Perth, WA. I'm in Western Australia. I'm in Oz. So for me here, it is 1:36 p.m. in the afternoon. And the time conversion in America is giggle. We're used to this, aren't we? If I'm coming on at 10 a.m. over here, it's your PM. So I don't usually come, but I know that a lot of people who are going through ascension symptoms, we're not sleeping. 4:06 in Adelaide. Big shout out to Adelaide. I was thinking that. I was like, people are going to be awake. I have been keeping an eye on the Schumann resonance, and it's interesting. It's not so much super high, but it's spiking, and it's going for a longer period of time. So you're going to get agitated. And I'm finding this grinding energy, you know, with your teeth, you know, having to have patience and, you know, operate effectively. There you go. So yes, it was 90, and I checked it this morning, and it's like going from 7 to 50, and then bouncing back down. But it's spiking, and it's wider pockets of times. When you look at the actual radar of it, you can actually get the picture of it, and it spikes in large blocks, drops, spikes again. That's when you're really going to get heavy downloads, but you're going to get tired. And if you're not grounded, pissed. Excuse my French. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for liking the video. Feel free to comment underneath. And ASAP, I'll get on the Libran one. And the next one will be fire signs. Because I have a particular lady in the house that would like to check the Aries. Yeah. I'm telling her. We're going to be that enlightened. We're going to be numb. We're going to be like, love and light. Take care, guys.